Welcome to the Real Frame of Mind, which is no longer on WRSTF and Oshkosh. We are back on the internet like we originally started.
3.0.
3.0, I guess.
Yes.
My name is Damon Gumbert.
I'm Trace Patchen.
The Icebox. Neeminator Neemy.
That was
I
Scott
love it.
Nemi.
Come on, Titans.
I love it.
So this is our first episode back. We're a little behind on our movies.
Just a couple months.
Yeah, no.
Just like a year.
We're doing this for the people, all right?
Yeah. So today
You, Knutson.
today we're getting our first review is going to be Detective Pikachu.
Very cool.
Yes.
It's just exciting because, this is the first live-action Pokemon movie ever, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
To think that, they didn't capitalize on that. Look at how fast we got a Mortal Kombat movie when Mortal Kombat was on its up and up. And we didn't get a
got
Pokemon
two.
movie until, 25 years later, which is kind of crazy.
We got two Mortal Kombat movies
literally.
before we even got, anything. I mean,
It was, literally back-to-back.
yeah, unfortunately,
3
it
years
was
after the movies.
probably
or the
because of
games
how
came out.
bad the Mortal Kombat movies were, and Street Fighter. That Street
I
Fighter
like
movie
the
is
first
garbage.
Mortal
There's a lot of shitty movies out there.
But yeah, Detective Pikachu, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trace, go ahead and start it.
I'm
What
going to
did you-
start
What did
us
you
off.
think
Well,
of this movie?
I'm going in biased because I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Couldn't tell.
And just seeing, I don't know, Squirtle and Gyarados up on the screen in a high budget CGI, that's almost worth the price of admission for me.
Okay.
So I'm a little biased. The movie was fun. I had fun with it overall. I think the script was pretty standard, but I think the choice of doing it in a detective story is unique because it's not at all what you think. I mean, there was a Detective Pikachu video game that came out on Nintendo DS.
It was a mini game, yeah.
Yeah, so it was actually there's
Not even a
basis there.
full-on game.
Yeah, but it's not the game and not the idea of what we as millennials, I guess, grew up with as for Pokemon. It was the catching them all in the fights and the trades and all that in the card game. But I guess that's my one critique off the top, that we didn't get that. But it's fine because we got this version and it's still unique because we get a talking Pikachu voiced by Ryan Reynolds, which actually worked really well, surprisingly, for me at least.
What did you think, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the movie was... I was also excited. I'm a pretty big Pokemon fan still to this day. I'll never forget when my wife got me for my birthday a Vulpix t-shirt. It was actually a woman's t-shirt, so I couldn't wear it. Come here.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't actually have a Pokemon t-shirt.
Dang it.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, Pikachu, definitely one of my favorite characters growing up. And actually the show is, I mean, to this day is something that I'll throw on and watch.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing a live action version is pretty cool. A detective story. I'm a fan of noir movies, and to me I thought it was like a match made in heaven. And not to mention, the buzz going into it. I mean, dude, how many generations of people are going to be able to relate to Pokemon? Even to this day, I can talk to people. I mean, I don't know. I know the Gen 1s, and
You probably
Some
know
of
a
the-
couple
some of the
Gen
Gen
2s.
2.
Yeah.
couple sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
But dude, from now it's I don't even know what the hell.
There's 8 generations out now, I think. 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the director Rob Letterman, who did Monsters and Aliens, he did that Goosebumps movie.
Yeah.
The first one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. 'Cause the first one was good.
And then Shark Tale. Sorry. Remember
Martin
Shark Tale?
Scorsese.
Remember that? Dude?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyways, yeah, man. I went in not with expectations, but just excited to see you, Trace,
Yeah.
the Pokemon on the screen.
I know.
And I guess that was one of my big disappointments, is I never actually got to actually dig in and see the Pokemon outside of Pikachu and Psyduck. And,
Psyduck was great,
dude,
though.
but they're it's they're moving the camera and doing all this stuff, and it's I wonder what that Pokemon right there was. I mean, it could be because I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
they didn't stop very often on him. Maybe Charizard, but even still, the guy's oh yeah, you burned my Charizard or something. I'm looking at him oh yeah, he does look burned. And I saw a different Charizard later on that looked exactly the same, and I'm well, are they all burned like that, or
Yeah.
what's going on here? I didn't see it. A lot of the Pokemon, they just kind of gloss over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I needed more of the Pokemon aspect instead of just going by them and like, oh, there they are on camera. There's a Dodrio. There's a Diglett. Like, yeah, but dude, I want to see them like in action. And all we
100%.
got was like Pikachu, which is cool, and the Ryan Reynolds thing. And to be honest, man, like the Ryan Reynolds thing sounded great on paper. Going into the movie, it's like all I hear is Deadpool. I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of ruined for me. If they came up with another smart ass, actor that could do it, then maybe. But like
a Chris Pratt, maybe that's not attached to some voice.
Maybe.
I don't think
even.
he could pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean,
Ryan Reynolds has got like a special quality to him where he can.
He does, but
he
like,
can very easily be.
and
the
it could be the
most
script.
funny person in the world.
It could be the
think-
script that I just didn't.
feel
I
like
didn't really feel attached to. That whole first act, I thought was just garbage.
Yeah.
We meet a character that you never see again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
who
his
was
friend,
that guy?
yeah.
Why did we even care?
Yeah.
Just to tell everybody that he's lonely and he should be with a Cubone. Like, okay, like it just felt so poor. Oh, how can we interact Cubone with it? Oh, he's lonely and all this stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But as the movie went on, I did start to like the main character more and more. What is his name? Justice Smith.
Yeah, that's the actor. Yeah.
Not related to Will Smith.
No. We
And-
saw him in Jurassic World 2 or Fallen
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
Fallen
yeah,
Kingdom's
yeah.
last thing I saw.
And then like the I mean the cinematographer I thought did a pretty good job. I mean, there were some really fun things in there. I mean, color wise, it was pretty sweet.
Like the cityscape.
Dude, I wanted more grime, man. I wanted them to go like underbelly. I wanted it to be like a Bogart, kind of like a detective movie, and I thought that would have been so cool. I mean, he's got the hat on.
Yeah.
Like, even
There's
like
moments. There's like some color. There's some lighting moments where I'm like, oh, okay, this feels like a detective noir film, and then they kind of just dropped that after the first. After Pikachu got involved and they started getting more in depth with the actual story, they kind of just dropped it for, all right, here's our pieces to move the
It
story
almost became
along.
more like an episode of Law and Order than it did an
Yeah.
actual like neo-noir
Yeah.
film.
Which is unfortunate. I definitely agree with you. I definitely... I don't know. I agree. There should have been more Pokemon. For a Pokemon movie, we didn't see... I thought I saw like the number. They showed on screen like somewhere in the range of like 92 Pokemon out of the 800 Pokemon they have available. So it's kind of definitely light. But this is what demographic are they trying to hit? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like you said, there's so many different generations that grew up with Pokemon. I feel like they're trying to hit ours the most.
For sure.
Except for the story.
Except
People
for
who
the
can
story.
afford
Yeah,
to
except
go
for
to
the
these
story.
movies. Yeah.
The story was so flimsy, and it's like
Absolutely.
you just take a shot in the dark as to like, oh, what's gonna happen, villain wise, or what's the motive, and you could think of right off the bat like, oh, that I guess that would make sense in this realm, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like, yeah, that's what happened. I'm like, come on, dude, seriously. I mean,
I get you.
it just could be smarter, and then like it just, I just kind of, you have how many 13 writers on this or whatever it is, and
It was
3 that were actually credited, maybe.
there was four screenplay writers, and then 3 people that the story was based by, and then all the Pokemon creators.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like they play with words to make you to mislead you, but it's just, and that's why I think it kind of was I'm not to say dumbed down, but it was it was a little lighter for maybe some of the kids that are still into Pokemon now who are I don't know 6 through 12 or whatever it is, and so that's what we got story wise, and it just
They were trying to hit that. Check all the boxes, you know what I mean? Like, the idea of like a Pokemon movie can sell to our demographic, but they want to make it kid friendly and make the story not too convoluted as a detective story, I guess, for I don't know, the kids that are into it now.
I mean, I would love to go ahead, Damon.
No, I completely agree. Like I would like as a adult for this movie to have been at least PG-13, like a little more grime, as you said.
Yeah,
just a little more adult. But obviously they can't do that because it's a animated movie that is directed towards children, because children are the ones who are still playing these games.
Yeah,
and some adults who don't have lives. But shuts. But kids are the ones that are paying the bills. They're the ones who are going to drag their parents and their like 7 siblings up to this movie.
Yeah,
we're going to go just you and me. Like that, we're not taking anyone else.
Yeah, that's true.
So I get it. It's disappointing. I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was enjoyable. One of those movies you can like just sit back without thinking about it and kind of like, oh, this is fun. The Pokemon looked great.
Yeah.
Like the CGI was
Yeah, I thought it was
really
fun.
good.
Yeah, nice
for that.
translation.
Yeah, they looked as good as they were ever going to look. Like I think if they had tried to make this movie like 10 years ago, they would have looked awful.
Yeah.
I think this is the right time to make a movie like this. I just wish they had done it a little bit better. I agree that the story was bad, especially. I mean, yeah,
Basic. It just was basic.
yeah, they had twists that weren't really twists.
Dude, they parked the car right outside the compound they were busting into. Like, that
Yeah.
made no sense.
Yeah.
It made no sense. Like, dude, I mean, park it in the woods or like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, but yeah, it's just
The fact that they then, like, after everything they went through after the compound, they still managed to get back to the car. I was like, how?
Yeah.
How do they know where they are?
Yeah.
And they just my favorite thing. I don't know if this is a spoiler per se, but they just kind of like shoot off that Lucy character. For a bit, like after they made their big escape, she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait by the car," and then they're like, and then
Well,
just to save Pikachu from his injuries.
Yep.
But
Which
it was
was
just
like a pebble that hit him or
yeah,
something?
it was just like
I
so,
honestly didn't even see what hit him.
yeah. I
But he
don't-
was like, he was injured, and then all of a sudden they're like, here, we're just going to take you to this
and
place.
That,
And
and
instead
there's
of-
the little
yeah.
kids. That's a little kid aspect. But the Bulbasaurs were cool. Bulbasaur's
Oh
one of
my
my
God,
favorite.
I love 'em.
But man, I just
I feel like it was a throwback to the original Pokemon movie when Pikachu, no, not Pikachu, Ash was dying and Pikachu
Yep.
brought him back to life.
well, no, all their tears did.
yeah,
They all
everyone's
cried.
tears. Yeah.
But that was,
Speaking of the original, though, I guess there's a subtle hint that this is kind of continuing from the original 2000 movie,
Yeah.
the animated movie, which is really cool because they mentioned
Mewtwo gets out and they said he's been free for like
from the Kanto region.
15, 20 years, something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
they mentioned events that happened in 2000,
Yeah.
the first movie, which
Well,
is kind of cool.
And look,
is.
there are moments in this movie that are actually, pretty sweet. The whole those monkey Pokemon, chasing him
Palms?
out of the
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. And then, dude, the Mr. Mime scene was hilarious.
Oh, I love
the
it.
Mr. Mime scene was funny.
I want to play good
Great.
cop, bad cop, and he's like, yeah, like Pikachu says something, and the kid's like, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds might have overdid it a little bit in that.
He
But
threw the fake match when he's in the box.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Oh, I loved it. It's just Mr. Mime playing it up. And I've always loved Mr. Mime. I don't know why.
Oh, dude,
He's
Mr.
creepy,
Mime.
creepy character.
And that's why I was saying, like the worst Pokemon, like they just get the best out of it. And I thought, dude, go down and the underbelly of the crime. When they said like, oh, we got to go to this thing, and there's like dance club with Pokemon. It's like, it wasn't even like an underground battle. You walk through the door and in this illegal, thing, and I'm like, well, dude, that's not even cool. Like, you're telling me that you just walk through this door, through this nightclub, and there's the battle? Like,
Yeah.
dude, have them go down and, have them be led by like a freaking, Ekans. I don't know, throwback to Team Rocket or something.
Yeah, there's no Team
But,
Rocket
yeah.
subtle or mentions at all in this, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't know. I think like looking forward for this franchise, because I'm sure that's what they want to do with this, is they want to franchise. They call it Pokemon Detective Pikachu, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So like they want to do more. I just think this is. I don't think it was the smartest choice to have as your first movie into live action. Because now you gave us this detective element, and whether or not it hit with a different demographic, it made a decent amount of money. So
Yeah.
the highest grossing video game movie.
of all time. Yeah,
Probably
so,
one of the better ones as well.
yeah, honestly, it really is too. But so there are gonna be more movies coming for it, but we can't.
So-
you can't keep that detective element keep going now. That's a done deal.
Or do it better. I mean,
From what
it's
I-
not going to be very
no,
hard
no.
to do it better.
No, it won't. But they will. They will mess that up. From what I heard, from what my cousin told me, was that actually that the company that owns Pokemon, the Pokemon company, they gave them Detective Pikachu because they didn't trust them with any of their other properties. Like they were like,
What company made this?
I don't know.
I'll check.
I don't know what company actually. I think Sony.
Yeah, you're right. It is Sony.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, it's Sony. Of course, they were going to mess this up.
Shots.
I mean, I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2, so I mean, no, but I mean, if this is like a test, like, can you make a good Pokemon movie? No, but also you didn't give them the best like story to go with. You gave them a mini game in another game,
Yeah.
and were like, "Here, make a movie on it." And they did their best. It wasn't great, but I mean, it is also, again, like we said, the highest grossing video game movie of all time. If you give them a better story, like a better product to work with, maybe they can make something that's actually like special.
Right. And now I'm not asking. I don't need a movie around Ash. I don't need something like that. But you give us something that follows a character that like kind of goes through that journey of what made Pokemon exciting in the first place, of seeing all these crazy Pokemon and trying to catch them and make your way through, like, I don't know.
It would be hard to do that.
Stuff
it would hard to be do that in one movie.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Because I mean, every in the TV show, like
in.
it was like every 15 episodes or probably more. I don't actually know. Was when you got a gym battle.
Yeah.
And then he would go another he'd walk, and it was like a long period. That's why there was like, I think 100 episodes in the first Kanto.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like maybe an exploring movie. You have these different islands that have different Pokemon
absolutely.
on it. You have like an
like
expedition to find the
Professor
legendary birds or something like
Professor
that.
Oak character instead of an Ash character.
You can do different things. Like if you want to have a series, and then you make it an adventure where, okay, you have a Misty type character, a Brock type character, an Ash type character. They're all interested in different things, and have them go through their journeys and, whatever sort of villain you want to give them, if it is a gym, but they all meet up in this one location, which would be like the Pokemon tournament. To be honest with you, the biggest thing that I was missing was those battles, like seeing them use their powers. And the thing is that we didn't get to see that.
No, not
and
at all.
I kind of understand, I don't think you want, controversy around your first Pokemon live action movie with, I don't know, is PETA going to get mad that someone's electrocuting, a Geodude or something?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
But the thing is like we saw
Geodude.
Pikachu use his powers like what, 4 times? Like it wasn't even a lot. Like it was a part of the story that, the plot elements that was, he doesn't know how to use.
And they built up to like the 5-minute fight at the end. That's
and so it's like, and there are a lot of things that I thought were done well. There were some funny moments. I think it looks spectacular, and as far as it goes, I mean, for me, I don't think it's a movie that I'm gonna go back to and watch a whole bunch of. But if Ryan, the thing is, it's hard for me to tell. Like, am I Ryan Reynolds out? With his whole like quippy,
goofball characters.
Yeah, like voiceover, or did he do a good enough job that kept me in it? I don't really know that, and I think as time goes on, I'll realize that, and it may or may not bring me back. But as far as Pokemon goes, if he gives me another movie, then I'm okay with that. And I thought Detective Pikachu I thought that was a good idea. Like, dude, do a detective movie. Just give me a better story than what I got. And I think maybe the fault of that is because they tried to get such a wide demographic.
That might be it.
Us older millennials who are almost in our 30s, and then, also the kids who are still collecting Pokemon cards.
Very interesting. They went with a rated G movie. I mean, you could even go PG. That's what
PG?
It wasn't. It was just rated G.
Wow.
Which is crazy because there's like Pokemon fighting and all that jazz. There's a guy who's trying to like take over the world.
I feel like they said a swear word at least once in the movie.
I don't know.
A couple of them.
No, it's PG, you liar.
Is it?
Wow,
all right. When I looked it up
false
on the
information.
sorry,
straight.
I apologize. When I was watching the movie, it said G on the thing. I don't know. Okay. Well,
maybe it was the edit that you bought or downloaded.
Yeah. I didn't pay for this movie.
Outing him.
I'll full out say that I didn't pay for this movie, and I'm okay with it. I don't know. What did you guys think of the acting? The rest of the acting, outside of the main 2 characters.
The Justice Smith, he grew on me.
Yeah.
I thought Ryan Reynolds was there. Some of the stuff he was saying just kind of flew over my head. Like I didn't. Even...
A lot of it was just kind of like random blabbering crap, and it was just kind of like,
it was annoying almost.
Yeah.
And...
There were some times like I thought his interactions with Psyduck were really funny, but that was like it. Like a lot of the rest of it was just him being annoying.
Yeah, honestly,
I think it was his character. I think his character was supposed to be annoying.
I mean, the human characters, Justice Smith was probably my favorite. I didn't mind the character, or what's her name, Catherine Newton, who plays Lucy.
Yeah,
I like
thought
her.
she did really well.
Yeah, she was good, but I just feel like her character didn't get much
No.
written for her in her favor. But if I have to pick, Psyduck was my favorite of honestly all of them. I think the build to Psyduck, like I wasn't going into this movie thinking I was gonna really enjoy Psyduck as a character, which is crazy to say. And I even criticized the voice acting for it because it wasn't like the original Pokemon voice acting like we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So like going into it, I was like, come on. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I was really a big fan.
They didn't. So when I first saw Bill Nye on the screen, I immediately knew he was going to be the villain. He's one of those guys where you just kind of he's either going to be like a lovely grandpa or he's going to be a villain. Like that's the two things.
Those are his
two
shoo-ins.
Yeah.
But
even though he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I like him.
I wish they'd given him a little bit more to do in this movie.
I think
because once he started becoming the villain, they switched it up. Like he wasn't barely even on the screen at that point.
I just think it's strange, like the route the third act took.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, like the fights were fun, and the swerve with Mewtwo. I guess I won't technically spoil the whole thing, but like what they did with Mewtwo's not a spoiler. It was in the trailer, but what they did with him was interesting. But like,
I didn't like it.
Like the powers.
Yeah, they just gave him a bunch of random.
You know
stuff.
what I'm talking about, like the combination powers. Those kind of threw me off. I'm like, what does that mean? Like I don't know. I don't know what that
apparently
serves
now
or what that
Mewtwo can just do anything he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like that was the plot that I got out of that.
And I don't know. It was strange. But I do have to say what they did with Ditto in the movie was really cool. I didn't expect that to come. I was surprised by that genuinely.
Well, dude, okay, so you get the whole genetics testing or whatever, and next thing you know, the valley starts moving. I got so confused.
Oh yeah.
Like, did they go through a passage that led them to like this garden that they called it, or were they still in the valley that they had driven into where that circular building was at the bottom?
Well, I assume when they went past into the back of the building.
It's bull.
I know.
Bull.
I agree.
Such crap.
It was very
I
confusing.
agree, and I think it was
the first
because they go out a door and they're outside, and I'm like, okay, they're outside. That was kind of a weird, like, where are they going? And then everything starts to move, and I'm like, are they still inside? Is this like just a bigger complex?
They planted it, dude.
Yeah, and it was just like, it got confusing. I agree.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, all this stuff happens, and then they end up back at the car like 10 minutes later, and it's like,
That,
what is
like,
this? What is going
I
on?
like
They killed it with the wide shots, dude. They
Yeah.
give us a wide shot in the beginning of the actual base. Okay, it's in the middle of a freaking valley. There's mountains everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you go through this? It literally, when they went through the whatever the diorama was, or the cage was.
Yeah.
It was literally like plastic. So they went through this plastic, and you're telling me this is a whole different world? Like, you did another wide shot. Like, I'm looking at the same thing that I looked at in the beginning, and now it's shifting. Like, how do you make a base when it can shift whenever it wants?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it threw, I mean, it looked cool, but I agree, it didn't make any sense. It threw me off too, and it threw me off. Like, I know it's genetic testing. I'm like, this unrealistic. Those Pokemon can get that big. Come on.
Oh, for sure.
But like, what did it look like before they got
Those little ones?
Those little ones that they ran
No, I know,
past.
but I'm saying, what did the valley look like before?
Oh, right, exactly. Like, what did they build this on? Like, you don't know where was it supposed to be? But I don't know. I digress. I don't know. I thought it was interesting choice, interesting movie. It's not gonna stick in our minds for a long time, other than the fact that we got a live action Pokemon movie. Hopefully we get a better one the next time around. Hopefully it involves more Pokemon related thing other than just having Pokemon sporadically. Like we said, we had 3 Pokemon characters that actually took center stage in this out of 800. So it's interesting, but are we rating them?
Oh yeah, we should do that. Are we gonna do it? What do we normally do?
it, man. You name it.
We did it out of 5. I know you hated it.
I'm fine. I'll suck it up.
All right. So, Scott, you go first. Out of 5.
How specific can I get?
You can get specific.
Whatever.
I do.
He
halves,
does
points.
He does
I do
like
points.
points
that-
3, 4. It's
Okay, well-
stupid. And I hate it, but it's fine.
I'll do like a 2.2.
Okay, 2.2.
I mean, if it were like out of 4 or whatever, I think it'd be kind of like a 2.
Yeah.
But with that added star, I'll bump it up just a little bit. A 2.2 for me. I mean, look, I don't know if I'll ever go back to. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable for some of it, and I didn't walk out pissed. So
yeah,
it's fine.
I agree. Yeah, like a 2.5, 2.4, 2.5. I agree. It's
okay.
Right in the middle. Nothing that lasts. I mean, other than like, I don't know, just seeing the Pokemon on there was the biggest takeaway from this movie. Just seeing, like the Bulbasaur scene, were memorable. I wish I saw more of them.
And Gengar, I love Gengar. He's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot I was in there. And the Gyarados, the Magikarp Gyarados thing, that was pretty cool too.
That was funny. I liked it. I'd go with a 2.5. I'll agree. It's not the greatest, but it's not something I hated.
It's fun, and I could see kids loving this movie.
Yes.
Honestly, I could see this really bringing in that demographic in all aspects of it, which is unfortunate because I feel like there's more of us than there is of them that they're trying to reach. So hopefully they can get all of us the next time around.
So they got to hook the kids, so they bring both of their parents, and then you got 3 people going instead of
that
one.
Large popcorn and all that stuff.
Spending all that merch money. All right, so we have a couple more reviews we're going to do. Trace is going to hit us with a movie.
Yeah, so I've been perusing the depths of Netflix.
So excited for this one.
Yeah, so like Scott said, I'm excited to talk about it. But I've been perusing the depths of Netflix. They've been chiming out a lot of, original content.
Yeah.
I've talked to you about it before, and it's just hard for me to get into long-term series right now with which is how busy I am. So I like hitting up the they've been just trying out like short, under 2-hour movies.
Yeah.
And what I recently watched is I Am Mother, which had a pretty, at least 2 big cast members to name right off the bat with Hilary Swank and Rose Byrne.
Okay.
This one is directed by Grant Spator. I don't think he's done anything else. He did a movie called Castaway, but it's not the right one. It's a different director. I've never heard of him before. But yeah, this one essentially, it follows a teenage girl who is raised in an underground bunker kind of by a robot who she calls Mother, and the girl's only name in the entire film is called Daughter. And her specific mother's design is to help repopulate the Earth. We see Mother, this robot, which is voiced by Rose Byrne, have like a bunch of embryo eggs of humans, right? And she teaches Daughter throughout her life pretty strictly, but she's not like an emotionless robot, if you will. She is an evolving robot. She,
almost like an artificial intelligence.
Kind of, yeah, like that. But like she talks in like a way. I don't know. You know how Rose Byrne talks. You know what I mean? But
Very British.
no, she's not British in this one though. Like her matter of fact way of talking. Like think of her in Bridesmaids, but outside of the British. Like before she gets funny in the end of Bridesmaids, she's very straightforward, matter of fact. And that's how I think is actually a really good casting. But nonetheless, Hillary.
Wait. Back up.
Yeah.
So Hilary Swank, who's like in their 40s.
Yes.
Or maybe older. I don't know.
Right.
Is the daughter of... No, she's not daughter.
No, she's not Daughter, actually.
Okay.
Hilary Swank is a completely different character. Daughter is actress named by Clara Rudgard. This is her right here. I'm showing Damon a picture of her. Yeah, no, I've never seen her in anything else, but she actually did a really good job.
I was very confused by it. I was like, is
Hilary
Byrne's playing the mother of Hilary Swank? That seems weird.
No. Hilary Swank is a separate character, another human character that stumbles upon the bunker.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of the disconnect of what this outsider says to Daughter and what Mother is telling her is kind of putting her into the conflict that is the film. And I had a pretty good time with it. I think overall the best parts of it were the actors, specifically the girl that plays Daughter. She did a really good job. It's Clara Rugard again. It's hard to pronounce her last name, But yeah, no, she was great. Hilary Swank did a pretty good job. I feel like I haven't seen her in a movie in a really long time.
She keeps to herself.
Yeah. But
well, does she actually get like room to act? Because she always gets like, she's such a great actress, but she just gets such crap roles all the time.
I think she could have. It could have been serviceable for her to be in this film a little bit longer than she was. Being the biggest name in the film, she's not in it as much as you would think. But I guess my negatives about the film, or the negative feedback, is that it's kind of predictable. I kind of saw where it was going at the end, and the third act to me felt a little rushed, a little anticlimactic. But they and like the elements outside of the acting that were really intriguing were this world building, this outside world. What happened to the human race? What happened? Why is she theoretically the only human? Why is this woman still alive? These are a lot of answers to that you would think a movie like this would at least address. They scrape over a lot of these topics, which kind of, I mean, it's tough because I know that that's their intention. They don't want to give you everything. They want you to kind of piece together and make it out what you want, because there's specific lessons that mother's teaching daughter through her life that are like philosophical questions. Like, if you were a doctor and you had to save these 5 other people despite how they are in the real world, whether or not they're criminals or not, would you sacrifice yourself to save them? Questions like that. And I thought that going forward with the movie, they would dissect things more like that. Like, the themes of it would be more in like that. But it wasn't. So, yeah. I'll give it a rating because Dame is telling me to do that right now.
Do it.
I'll give it, I'm going to give it a 2.7 out of 5.
Whoa.
It's nothing I'm going to... I mean, all these things all these complaints are going to be reasons why I'm not going to remember it. So.
Okay. All right, so I've got a movie I also saw that we're going to talk about. I went to see, with my cousin and his wife, the movie Ma. Featuring Octavia Spencer and a bunch of other people. Juliette Lewis is in this movie.
Louis Dreyfus?
Nope. Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. I thought you said Julia. I thought you said Julia Lewis.
Sorry. And Luke Evans is in this movie.
Wait, the one that looks like Chris Evans? Who's the guy that Luke Evans looks like?
I'll show you his picture and you can tell me.
Oh, never mind.
Luke Evans is the one I'm thinking of, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Luke
Evans.
Evans.
He's in that movie?
Yeah, he's in that movie.
Who's that guy? Who's that Luke guy in the Sweet Home Alabama?
A villain? Yes, he does.
Sweet Home
What do you mean?
Alabama. Oh.
Luke.
Dang it.
Luke something.
Yeah, you are right. He just fell off the world.
He kind of looks like another actor. Is it Chris Evans that he kind of looks like?
That's Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas.
Yeah.
Chris Allen, or what the hell is this guy's name?
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans.
Chris Allen.
He doesn't always play a bad guy.
No, he doesn't always. No.
He was a good guy in The Hobbit.
Yeah, correct.
True. He plays a bad guy.
And Dracula
in
Untold, oddly.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Which, dude? God,
I mean,
they missed.
Good guy for a bit.
Yeah.
And then
I guess.
after that movie, he turns into a giant.
I like
bad
that guy actually. I like him.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I think he's a really underutilized
He's like Hilary
actor.
Swank, dude. Yeah.
Gotten off the rails.
Hey, tell us about Mom.
All right, so the movie Ma is about Octavia Spencer being a older lady, and she befriends a bunch of teenagers who are still in high school.
That's odd.
Yes. They ask her to buy beer for them so they can go drink, and after some convincing, she does it, and then she continuously does it. She ends up making a little party room in her basement so that all of the local kids can come and drink at her house, which, doesn't scream creepy at all.
No, but, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you don't have any friends, you got to make friends.
Exactly.
Even if they're 20 years younger than you. Yeah, it's a very weird movie. The plot, the story is not great. It starts out fine. It's a little weird, and then it gets just off the rails. They tie in like 3 or 4 different storylines that didn't need to be a part of the main plot, but they just like force them into the main plot, and it kind of gets just out of control. Yeah, and it's a horror movie, quote unquote. It's a psychological thriller, I think is what they say now. So she ends up killing some people, and it kind of comes out of left field.
Oh,
like
so she doesn't have
she's
any
very
reason to kill people?
there's like a decent reason, but not like a great one, and it just kind of comes out of like there's no build up.
Is race involved?
No.
Huh. Missed the mark.
Yeah. No. No race is involved in that. It is an interesting. It's just
because I say that because when I watch a trailer, it seemed to be
Yeah.
race related because what you see in the high school kids, they're just all white.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And
I
then
didn't
it's just
catch
there's
Octavia
one.
Spencer.
There's for lack of a better term, a token black kid in their group. She actually
Token.
then there's a moment where like there's like a weird thing between him and Ma, and it's just like
Okay.
kind of about race, and it was just
Huh.
it was very very weird. And
Because I was thinking Flip.
Octavia Spencer is great in it,
Yeah.
but everything else
Well,
about
she's
it is
usually
kinda-
good.
Yeah, and I didn't hate the other characters. Allison Janney's in it. I don't know
Really?
if you know you know Allison.
Yeah.
Janney.
Yeah, I know Allison. Yeah.
So she's like TV royalty. Like she's won so many Emmys, it's not even funny.
No Oscars,
and
no
she's
Emmys, not even a Golden Globe.
and she's like in this movie for like 10 minutes. She's like a background character, and it's so
Yeah.
bizarre to me.
Just looking at the director, Tate Taylor, a weird variety of movies that he's
Yeah, he directed The Help.
He did The Help,
Yeah.
then went on to do Get On Up. And
Which I
then
heard is very, very good. I
Get
didn't
on
see
up.
it.
I don't know what that is.
It's the James.
the James Brown one.
James Brown one,
yeah. Okay.
And then right before Ma in 2016, he did The Girl on the Train, which
Which I heard was terrible.
wasn't great,
Terrible.
but he hasn't really. This is like his really full-on horror film, I guess, first
Yeah.
horror film. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't awful, but it wasn't good. If I'm gonna rate it, which I am because I made you rate yours,
He did.
I would say it's probably like a 2.75, maybe even a 3 at
Okay.
best. There's just like the plot is just a disaster. And
What's
it's
specifically about the plot? Is it just story, or is there like specific things? Okay, okay.
like most of it makes sense up until a point, and then all of a sudden they start like forcing things in there that like didn't need to be. Like they had this story and they were telling it, and they had like backstory for her and backstory for another character, and then they merged into one, and it was just like, what is going on? This is becoming like a weird
Kind
convoluted
yeah.
It's a
mess, and it got out of hand. If they just stuck with like the main storyline of her being obsessed with these kids, it would have been good. It would have been a good movie.
Okay.
But then they just started throwing stuff in there, and it was like, this is too much. What are you doing?
Damn.
So
That's Ma.
yeah, that's Ma.
2.75, all right.
2.75. Scott, did you have one? I don't remember.
No,
Okay,
we're good.
you don't.
No.
Okay, no. So we'll be back in a second with some stuff.
Actually, right now?
Yeah,
T-shirt time!
going right into it. All right, t-shirt time.
Yo, listen. This is a new segment for all you Real Frame of Mind fans out there. All right? I got a lot of T-shirts. Damon has a lot of T-shirts. Trace has a lot of T-shirts.
It's weird. We wear shirts.
Yes, but specifically movie-related T-shirts
Pop
or
culture.
pop culture shirts, music. Anyways,
That's for me. Yeah, the pop culture and the music.
because Damon drops the ball on
I've
it.
got a
Yeah,
couple
I
music.
don't have
But you know
a lot
what? There's a story behind every T-shirt. There's an art to a T-shirt, right? If you ever heard of Mondo, that's an art. It's like it's wearing artwork on your shirt, okay? And everything has a story. So we are about stories. Obviously, Ma is not.
Get it.
But look, I'll start, baby. T-shirt time. I'm repping right now. Thanks to Shopco, Going Under. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to check it out. I got Rogue One Blu-ray with the slip, $12. Unheard of.
Steal.
Unheard of. All right. So I'm perusing around the store. I'm thinking, all right, what do I want to do next? Want to check out the toys? Maybe the sporting goods? Nah. I go right over to the T-shirt section. And you know what? I'm going around checking out all the racks, right? There's a bunch of deer ones. There's a little beer ones. There's maybe some, I don't know,
Some nice white trash.
some white trash ones. There's a California flag one where you get free headphones with it. Very tempting, by the way, because they were
free
Bluetooth
headphones.
ones.
Oh, there you go.
But they wanted $10 for it. I'm like, no way. Anyways, they had all sorts of like, dude, I was actually thinking in my head, I want the You're Killing Me Smalls Sandlot tee, all right?
popular
watched
one.
just watched The Big Green the other
I
day.
saw some people wearing those recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched The Big Green the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, what a terrible movie. But I'm like, The Sandlot's good. I want that tee. Actually, I did find it, but it didn't look like it was gonna fit me.
Okay.
All right, so I'm scrolling through, seeing a bunch of the same stuff like Ford truck and Mustang and all this stuff, and then I see it. T-shirt that I'm wearing right now, a white tee with red writing on it. It's a Toy Story Pizza Planet shirt.
It is very cool.
All right, it's got 2 of the aliens on the top. It's got a bunch of writing as like it's like a logo, like a promo for Pizza Planet, and it fits great.
It's got one alien on the bottom too.
Oh, see?
Look at that.
It's so new. I didn't even know there were 3 aliens.
There are 3 aliens on it.
It says
guys.
Pizza Planet on it. It's like a pizza box, right?
Yeah.
It's like a pizza box, and I'm just ready to. I fit into it. It feels great.
I think the best thing about the shirt is that it's not like a specific Toy Story branded T-shirt. It's
Right.
It's as if it's
Right.
like if Pizza Planet was a real location.
Yeah.
This is the T-shirt that they would
And
have
dude,
for it.
Pizza Planet is arguably one of the best movie restaurants that was like created just for the movie. We need a Pizza Planet.
We do.
We do need one.
There's a pizza shuttle in Milwaukee. But I honestly
Pizza
don't
Ranch.
think that they have any ties
I
to
like
it. There's
Pizza
like
Ranch.
it's you got space.
Pizza Ranch is great. You
I
get
like Pizza Ranch.
dude, you get
I never
pizza.
even get pizza there. I just get the chicken.
Oh yeah, the chicken's great, dude.
Chicken's super great.
Chicken's
They
great.
have that barbecue chicken.
Oh, God.
my Lanta, it's so good.
Dude, they got some good stuff, and the salad bar's decent too.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, I eat the pizza, then I hit the chicken, and then maybe hit the salad
I
bar.
Get a salad.
I get a
to
plate of just
alleviate-
chicken, corn, and mashed potatoes, and then if I go up for a second one, I get the same thing, but maybe with the pizza.
But they don't have gravy, do they?
I don't think they do.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
that's
they-
BS.
Yeah.
I don't like gravy.
You guys
I,
are crazy.
get out of
I do this thing where I will put my corn on top of my mashed potatoes. I'll mix it in and eat them together.
Yeah, you
It
will,
actually
Damon.
is great.
The pickiest guy will mix up corn and mashed potatoes.
It's
I
super
love
great. You
corn
guys
and
should try it.
potatoes. I've done it
Try it
before.
together.
I have,
All
and I
right.
like it.
It's good stuff.
But I go to a pizza buffet to eat pizza. You guys are crazy.
The chicken, dude, their chicken's good though. All
I
right,
bet.
all right, Trace, hit us up.
I'm up. I
Tea.
definitely don't have an elaborate story about my T-shirt. I bought it at a Comic-Con convention like 3-4 years ago. It is definitely way too big for me. It is my summer cutoff shirt.
Ooh.
And by summer cutoff, I mean my year-long cutoff shirt.
Yep.
at those
I wear
guns.
these all the time. But this is a nice Phantasm T-shirt.
Yeah, Phantasm kids.
Yeah, like the 6 people that have seen this movie and then like it on top of that. So for those that don't know, the Phantasm 1979 flick.
We're good.
Oh, okay, we're good. All right, he's making me worried.
He's making me nervous.
I was nervous because it looks like it's peaking every time now. I don't know,
dude,
it looks weird.
Peaky
in
Blinders,
general.
baby.
I haven't seen it all the way through yet, but
I have,
anyways,
and I can't remember what happened in the last season.
dang. All right,
Cillian Murphy.
Phantasm.
Phantasm tea.
Phantasm T-shirt. Well, it's not really a T-shirt anymore because I cut it off.
Cut
but
off.
It's essentially
How
just
come your
the.
cut? Oh, never mind. I see it now.
Yeah,
I
right
was gonna
there.
say your cutoff looks better than my cutoff, but
I don't know.
it doesn't really.
But it's I think it's pretty close to the movie poster, the original movie poster, which is just, the main kid, all the demons, the sphere, which
Yeah,
is
the sphere, that
Sphere and the
orb.
Tall Man are the most iconic elements, most recurring other than
It's definitely creepy.
yeah, I don't know, I love it. I don't know, you guys have either of you seen this movie?
Yeah, long time ago. Sci-fi classic.
It
Not
is
at
it
all.
is not it is cheesy. I will be the first to admit, but I think that honestly the story is really cool.
What decade did it come out?
It's 79.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, right at the cusp
Cheese.
of cheese. But
What do you mean cusp of cheese? Like 80s is cheese? Is that what you're
like
saying?
it's like
late 70s or
late 70s paved way to like 78 was Halloween, so the slasher genre comes out in the 80s.
Well, I mean-
and some could say that's the cheesy time for horror films. So
I guess, yeah.
but
I was thinking your favorite film, which is Cheese City, the Warriors.
yeah, that was a
It's
79
a very
film too.
79 same
Yeah.
time period.
But so is Alien, and that's
Less
a
cheese.
great
Yeah,
film.
less cheese in that.
But yeah, no, that's a fun shirt. I really like it. I like the movie too. I think this is one of those horror films that could definitely get a remake. that could be really well done if they did it without compromising the
I
story.
love the Thing.
Yeah, they did too much CGI in that Thing remake that threw me out of it. The 2011 wasn't a remake; it was a sequel technically, but you didn't know that was
That's
a
what I
thing.
meant, yeah.
No, it was a prequel technically.
Prequel,
That's
yeah.
what it was. Prequel.
Okay.
All right, David,
Dan,
hit us
you're
up. T-shirt time.
All right, mine's gonna be even shorter.
Don't tell us a story.
I'm not gonna tell a story.
tell
because
us your story.
Storytellers, tell
There's
us a
literally
story.
no story. I bought this online because it looked cool.
What website? Plug.
I don't remember.
Wow.
Something that sells 5X T-shirts. I don't know.
Well, you lost weight, Damon.
I did lose weight, but
Attaboy.
this is still a 5X, and it fits me well, and I like it.
Dude.
But it's a Childish Gambino shirt. It's from his hit song "Feels Like Summer" because it says
Never heard of it.
"Feels Like Summer."
We'll plug the song here.
This is America.
I'm not. I don't think we can.
No, we can't.
Legally.
By that, I meant Damon's gonna sing a bit.
I don't. I couldn't sing it. No.
Why?
I
Rap it.
don't know that it's not. No, it's a song he sings.
Oh, he sings.
Yeah.
Look for him as Simba.
Yes.
Lion King.
Simon Lion King. This song was actually in the movie he made for Amazon.
Guava
Island.
Yeah, I was gonna actually watch it and review it, but
It's
it
only,
came out in
it's only
April.
like a 40
55 minute or whatever.
Yeah, it's not very long. It's fine. And he sings the song in it.
But I like
so-
Rihanna, man. I
Rihanna's
love her
great.
music.
She looks great in that movie.
Oh
my God. All right. Yeah. So what's next?
Oh boy, do we have a retro review for y'all?
A retro review.
Listen, we already told you, Real Friend Mine 3.0 coming out. It's coming out on an odd day. We're actually not going to be able to review Men in Black. What is it? What's Men in Black?
Men in Black
International. Which I'm
They
actually...
go to London.
I'm kind of excited for because the camaraderie that Hemsworth and
Tessa
Thompson have in Ragnarok.
That was great.
Dude, Ragnarok is great, all right?
I loved it.
Probably a better director for that movie than...
True. But, well, I mean, what would you say of Barry Sonnenfeld? I mean, you wouldn't think he would hit a home run, and for the retro review is a Barry Sonnenfeld film.
True.
Which is the original Men in Black, Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones. Oh my gosh. Your boy D'Onofrio.
Yeah,
right?
Vincent D'Onofrio's the main villain.
Tony
which is
Shalhoub.
great. Tony Shalhoub is in it. Yeah,
Come on.
I think what made this film so great though is that contrast between Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Rip Torn.
Rip Torn as
Torn.
what is his Zed?
Zed.
Yeah. I just think that who would have thought on paper, especially what was this 95 when this movie
Dude,
came out?
97.
97. So I was close. 1997 was when Men in Black 1 came out, and who would have thought in 97 Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith coming together, being themselves like they always are in most of their films, coming together and having just great chemistry like they did. And then on top of that, we have a great, well-written villain in Vincent D'Onofrio's character, and just a kind of a rich original comedy sci-fi. Like, I don't know, it just...
Which is nuts to me that this thing was even a comic book. Isn't it owned by Marvel?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Marvel, but I know that it was
It's like
from
a
comic
branch
book, yeah.
of like Marvel. But the thing is, the fact
like a
that this is a
subsidiary,
comic
yeah.
book movie, like it was above and beyond my head. Like I never was into comics. So
Yeah.
like for me, it was like, wow, this is a comic book movie. This is sweet.
Yeah.
And the idea that, they get you right from the beginning. They latch you in, and like it's a story that's actually like, to me, I don't know. It doesn't actually ever lose me, even at the end, and how ridiculous it gets and all this stuff. But I mean, dude, Will Smith, man, come on. I mean, I've talked to Damon ad nauseum. Some of my greatest memories of this movie are sitting in Damon's living room talking to him about this, and that scene where Will Smith goes to like participate as like. To be an MIB.
When he takes
Yeah.
the test and stuff.
Yeah, and you don't know. It was like, dude, oh my god.
The comedy in that part where
It's
he's
so great.
when he's dragging the table over and everyone's they drew that out so long and
So
it was
good.
so perfect.
You want to get in on this? He says, like, he's like, they show you all those guys struggling and stuff, and like he shows up.
Dude's
late.
like writing and he
Yeah.
pokes through the paper and the other guy's like he'd flip it up and then it would go back down.
Yeah, it's so
It's super
good.
funny.
Yeah, And then
Will Smith is like drawn on the ceiling
Yeah.
of his little rounded chair.
yeah, oh my god, it's amazing. It's peak Will Smith, man. I love this
It is.
movie.
When he's like, I'm still stuck on this part, but when he explains why he shot the little girl,
Oh my god, dude, hesitated.
so hysterical.
But going off that, actually, it's weird how like relevant this tweet was that I read, and actually it goes in depth as to why Men in Black is so great, the original. And it has to do a lot with immigration. I think a thing that obviously is it's a pretty
Hot topic
heated
right now.
it's a pretty heated topic right now. But imagine Will Smith, who's a cop who's sworn to protect people, and as he goes along, he learns to protect everybody.
Yeah.
And these aliens that are coming in are people who are aliens that are trying to integrate themselves into society, and he's sworn to protect these people. And from the beginning, especially that scene where they're doing the shooting training and all of the other people shoot the monsters, and he shoots the little girl, and he's all of a sudden he's like, well, this guy's just working out. This guy's just
He's
sneezing.
giving reasons why the aliens aren't to be feared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that right there, I'm thinking through my head as I'm reading this tweet, and I'm like, oh my god, it's
That's
like
actually really.
That's a crazy thing.
it's actually
Yeah.
true. And and then they pull that car over because the alien's running, and you think
Yep.
they're running,
From something, but he's like going to the hospital.
yes,
baby,
to deliver
yeah.
to deliver the baby and everything. And it's like, yeah, for a 97 movie to be taking on these types of themes and not even thinking about it until now, and it's like,
in
wow,
the frame of a comedy sci-fi.
exactly. And it is funny because I laugh my ass off every time
Yeah.
I watch that movie, especially during that scene where he's being trained.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Dang, that's
dude.
good. Oh,
That
that
is
really
really good.
opens up a lot.
That actually explains because without that, why did they hire him? It was just because Kay liked him, right? But he actually, when you give context to it, being like.
Well,
He's not
he liked him
discriminating against-
Right.
He's not discriminating against these aliens,
Exactly.
or the humans. He's equal opportunity.
Yeah.
But it's
copying it.
framed, and when you watch it, it's framed as though because he can keep up with this one guy. And the
Yeah.
thing is he couldn't keep up with him. He got to him.
Yeah.
And then when he sees him blink in the weird way, it's like, that's weird. He doesn't he just pop the guy with the gun or whatever. But yeah, I mean that to me was it was like a revelation. I'm like, man, dude, I knew I love that movie, but this makes me even love. It makes me
Yeah.
love it
Oh,
even
for
more.
sure, yeah.
Without a doubt.
The fact that you can find things out about a movie that's over 20 years old.
Yeah,
now,
and I think it's totally in the ballpark. I mean, sometimes you have these half-cocked ideas where it's like, this is what this means, and I'm like, yeah, I think you're reaching there, but
this one
makes a
actually
lot of sense.
yeah, but D'Onofrio, dude.
Yes.
And
So his
the way he's like,
contortions.
he's moving and stuff is so
water.
Sugar, water.
So good.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
trip,
he
I'll need a snack.
Yeah, he definitely hit this one out of the ballpark with the character. What is his character's name in this?
He's just that giant cockroach.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, but like
the
his-
bug, but
His it's just like a throwaway.
I know his name.
But he's like
read it.
he's like that abusive husband, and then he just goes out to see the crash. The downed.
Edgar.
Edgar, yeah.
Edgar
You're giving that tall man flowers.
No, but yeah, on top of that, the characterization of the Edgar character, like I was saying, the world building is actually really cool in this. Finding out with, was it K is Will Smith's character, right?
Jay
is Will Smith's character, yeah. Finding out with him all of the insides of this secret organization throughout, and finding out all the aliens, these established aliens in New York City is really cool. And even subtle things like the noisy cricket is just a fun thing
dude,
to,
the noisy cricket. Yeah,
to add
it's
to
so great.
To just he's just despises getting the little gun, but it's the most powerful one.
Right.
I'm sure there's subtext in there too.
Oh
honestly.
yeah, without a doubt. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing, and the you ever put on your seatbelt, he pushes that button, they're going upside down and all that stuff, dude. But Jay, just the name Jay, the fact that it was just a J, it was like, dude, I remember playing dude, I want that name, dude. Jay Will
Just a
Smith,
letter.
so cool, dude.
Just a
He was
single-
the epitome of cool, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. The Men in Black, dude. That was just, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
But even think of the plot of like trying to get, you know, this like little galaxy that's on a cat's neck.
Yeah.
And to save the galaxy, right, from this monster that just wants to, like, what does he want to do with it? Eat it or what? I don't even know.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember.
He
really.
does eat it.
Well, he eats it.
I think he's trying to take it, and I don't know.
But, like, that's a mystery. We talked about earlier Detective Pikachu and, like, the mystery, and the mystery wasn't even that good. But, dude,
there was
Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking galaxy with aliens and all this stuff, and it's all of a sudden, it's like, it's a cat named Orion, and it's literally on
his belt.
Yeah. And, dude, I'll never forget, like, when that dude's face opens and there's that little alien in there, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, what if I'm just like a giant like kaiju for like some little alien that's inside my body, like some little alien that's just operating me? I'm like, am I doing him proud? You know,
it's a great way to look.
You're gonna die, and someone's gonna take off your face, and there's gonna be an alien in there,
dude.
just hyperventilating.
Yeah. Look for him. And then all of a sudden he just like classically just dies after he gets those last words.
Oh, I remember being so sad when that guy. Oh man,
because he's kind of cute. Yeah, like he's got that giant.
I was telling Damon too. I was like worried about this review because I haven't seen this movie in, God, probably like 10 plus years.
It just comes back to you.
But dang, it's crazy how good this movie is because now we're talking about it and I'm like remembering
it
all
holds
these
up,
wonderful
dude. I mean,
moments.
It really does hold up, and like yeah, I mean, it's just
unfortunate we didn't.
But even
none of the
Tommy
sequels
Jones
could hold up.
Well, I mean, the third one's all right.
Yeah,
I think the third one I can get on board on because, you know, Josh Brolin does such a great
Tommy Lee
job.
Jones impression.
So good.
It is so good. But yeah, you were gonna say Tommy Lee Jones is evilly was great in this movie.
Dude, he's so good in there. I mean, but all
he flips up the comedy chops too.
With
his deadpan.
Just being
that contrast. Will Smith's just in your face all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's. I was actually listening to a review about International and how they're like it's just crazy looking back at the first one because that chemistry is lightning in a bottle. Nobody would have guessed that was gonna work the way as well as it did. Yeah. But then on top of it, the structure of the story,
for sure.
the directing even all well done.
Yeah,
for this
which
one.
is odd. Barry Zonenfeld, like, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, he's done a lot of trash, man.
It was just like I'm trying to remember what else he did. Was it just like your typical 90s?
Well, I mean, think
right?
he's had to have done some sort of like Sandler movie or something. It just didn't hit, or maybe he did Wedding Singer. I don't even know, but like.
So he did all three of the original Men in Black.
Which two is like two was just you know, it wasn't that good, and because they had like that talking pug that wasn't really good, and
Man, it was like a highlight of the first movie, like that when he just came in and Kay was shaking him around and all that stuff. It was really funny, and then they just overdid it in the second one. Like they made him like one of the main characters.
Yeah,
I was like, this is not good.
I mean, he did other films like
he did Wild Wild West.
He did Wild West.
Wow.
He did RV.
Oh my God.
He did Get Shorty.
The only two the only ones that are prominent other than the first Men in Black are the the Addams Family films.
Really? Maybe he's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Who's that guy who always does the Sandler films? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
You know, that one director that just...
Yeah, this guy's actually... And he's directed TV shows that are actually really... I mean, he did direct RV. So
yeah, but you thought you had...
But he directed
9
TV
Lives.
shows that are really
9
good.
Lives.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He directed the TV show Pushing Daisies, which is really good. He did...
So Zonenfeld's not bad.
No, he's
I'm
not
sorry.
terrible.
I apologize to him. But
there's a series of unfortunate events. The Netflix one.
I didn't like it.
I like it a lot.
But I can understand. I can understand how someone could like it.
Yeah,
it's in that it.
I read the book, so I liked.
But I liked the Jim Carrey.
I didn't like the Jim Carrey. It's fine.
But dude, I gotta find out that director, man. That clown who does all those Sandler movies.
I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, we were back to the Men in Black. We were talking about the structure of the writing.
Yeah.
And it kind of follows like to a T that perfect 3-act structure, where you have like the first act is kind of leading up to Jay joining the Men in Black, and at the same time the Bug getting the Edgar suit and kind of starting on his little thing. The second act,
Dennis Dugan. Sorry, that's who it is.
Dennis Dugan. That's a weird name. That sounds like a
Fake name.
yeah. It sounds like an Adam Sandler made up name. The second act with them finally coming like their paths kind of getting ready to cross. Like they're both going after the same thing. And then the third act is just the final like confrontation between them.
Which is sweet because
Yes.
he gets swallowed and he's got that big ass gun and all the slime and stuff.
Kay lets himself get eaten after he had already eaten the galaxy.
Yep.
And he goes in and he ate Kay's gun. So he lets himself get eaten and he goes in there and he blows him up from the inside and it was just perfect.
It's just so cool because actually, yeah, Kay gets the arc in this one too because he comes to at the end. What does he want the entire time to go back to his real life?
Well, yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, which they deal with immigration right at the beginning of the movie, so that's kind of another like layer onto that.
That's true.
Is he's with that older guy, and the older guy is like losing a step, like he can't keep up anymore, and he kind of talks to him and is like, you're not going to miss this, and gives him the thing. And it's almost exactly the same conversation he has with Will Smith at the end when Will Smith does the same thing.
Do we get Linda Fiorentino?
She's never in another movie of this.
No.
What?
Yeah. So
I liked her too.
They talk about her. I think they mention her
they-
in the beginning of 2.
Yeah.
but they didn't bring
write
her
her
back.
out probably, but yeah, no, because they set us up for her to be his.
Yeah, because I liked her.
Yeah.
Because when she comes to him
his new
after,
partner.
like, because it's always like, okay, so when you're in you're watching a movie and it's like they're all kind of stupid, they don't know what's going on, and she comes in the morgue right up to Jay or Will Smith's character and is just like, this is what I think is happening, and she's spot on.
Yeah.
Also, he just zaps her mind.
There's that whole scene after the death of the alien that they just have to keep zapping her.
Yeah.
Just a ton. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's just
This is
little
a good
things.
comedy
There's so
scene.
many great things about this film that.
The little quips from D'Onofrio, when they get like, what was that, Tobias or whatever from
David Cross is in there too.
He's like he's like killing those bugs or whatever, and then
Yeah.
like the stupid shit that he says to the exterminator, and then he shoves a thing down his throat or whatever. It's like what he says to to Linda Fiorentino is like, long trip, I'll need a snack. Like, why do you have me? Like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat you. It's like weird. Yeah,
So good.
Yeah,
My
man.
least favorite part about D'Onofrio's performance is the fact that whenever I hear him talk now, I hear that voice. Like certain times, like
Just
when
moments.
he's playing Kingpin and Daredevil, he'll do what
'cause
he
he does, yeah.
he'll
He
do
does
that,
it.
and it's like you're just the guy from Men in Black now. Like I'm less scared of you because you sound exactly like that other guy. Like
Dude,
it's
what
just-
about that song?
See, and that's why I'm like, this is like the beginning of the Will Smith
Yes.
attachments to his films.
peak Will Smith rapping?
man.
Oh my
on
god.
his films.
Here come the man in black.
I love it.
So good, dude.
I love it. I remember. I can see the music video to this day too.
It's so good,
The
dude.
Terrible CGI
And I'm
alien.
dude,
in
look,
this-
look, Wild Wild West is stupid,
but his
for the back and forth that they have, like the short jokes and then the racist jokes that they have between the two.
him and Chris Klein or Kevin Klein.
No,
Wait, who's
the Arless Loveless, whoever.
Oh, Loveless. That's Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
As the main villain of Wild Wild West.
Dude, and like, dude, the stupid stuff that he was saying. Siski would always say this stuff like, like, I learned that from a Chinaman, and then he like just picks up that shovel and hits this guy. He's like, I just made that up. Dude, it's like, it's so funny.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but like him and Brana have like this weird exchange, like really racist stuff. And then he's talking about him just being like having no body and stuff like that, like a leg up or whatever. It's like tapped on that girl's chest,
Yeah,
it's like where I come from, tapped on, hey, how's it going? Oh my god, it's so fun. Dude, Wild Wild West it's awful, but it's like
Just like there's
in this weird way, and like Kevin Kline seeing like Selma Hayek's ass or something,
Yep.
or he's like something about he's like saying goodnight to her or whatever, and like he says something on that. Get some shut ass or something. It makes no sense, dude, but it's so funny. Weird.
I like the Wild Wild West song,
Yeah.
so that's at least.
Oh yeah, because isn't like
Will Smith and
Cisco in
Cisco.
it?
Yeah,
too?
Will Smith and Cisco. Me and my brother had a dance to that song when I was younger. It was
No.
great. Oh yeah, he stole my thunder by doing it at a
I think
wedding
Wild-
without me.
I liked Wild Wild West song a little bit more than
The Men in
Men in
Black.
Black. Yeah. I guess
But-
it's a little bit more dynamic.
I don't
It's
know. Men in
literally-
Black is definitely the superior movie.
Just
Oh,
the two of us as the superior Will Smith songs.
well.
This is a sensitive subject.
Wow. Did we get to rate our retro
Yeah.
films?
Let's rate it, yeah.
All right. Damon, start us off.
Oh, shite. I'm going to go 4 out of 5.
Really? All right, I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I was going to go
definitely.
3.5 too. 3.5 is right where I'm at.
Comedy's great in this. I think
Yeah,
that,
oh, yeah,
that
it's
adds it to me. Like, it's a good film if they took out the comedy, but it's even better with it.
Yeah, and I think the best thing is, I mean, I guess none of us have seen it in recent memory, but I'm going to definitely go and watch it again, and I feel like it's going to hold up just as
Oh,
well.
it will.
too.
It will. It
In
holds
every
up. It's
aspect.
always on, and it
Especially
holds up.
looking at this
Yeah,
through this
there'll be-
eye of what you
Yeah.
just kind of explained.
There'll be
to.
moments where it's on TNT and I'll sit and watch it. Like,
Yeah,
I'll just-
from wherever it is, the rewatchability.
It's
I'm
so
you know,
fun.
I'm changing my score. Not 3.5, 3.8. Right here. Right now.
We did it.
3.8.
We did it.
You heard it here. At the Real for
Wow,
Mine
first
3.0.
episode and somebody changes their score
I,
already.
I had to do it. I had to. Dude, Men in Black is... I love this movie. I can't believe I don't own it.
You don't own it?
I don't own it, dude. I do not own
I
it.
own it too. I feel like I have all three of them,
I
honestly,
don't.
for
I
some
have the
reason.
first one. I
Do they
think
even
I-
have it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
think
gotta
they-
get on this.
Yeah.
I think they re-released it, like a 10-year anniversary or something. Something like that.
I gotta get on it.
Well, who's closing us out?
Damon?
Sure. So that wraps up this episode of The Real Frame of Mind. Next week, we are going to be reviewing new releases such as...
Toy Story 4 comes out.
Child's Play with Mark Hamill voicing Chucky.
True. Those are the two.
And possibly more. We don't
Possibly
know what's
more, yeah.
coming out. So
Maybe
at
if I
least
get
those
bored and I
two.
watch something on Netflix, I'll let you know.
Exactly. At least those two. And
What I don't know what else we're doing.
oh my god, we didn't even decide.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do, Nick? I mean,
do we-
we're
yeah.
doing
What do
a
we do?
special
Well,
week.
we're
Every
doing
other week is a special week,
Yep.
right? What
So
do you-
to explain that is every other week we're going to do we're going to talk about a topic, like a specific topic,
franchises,
franchises,
specific director,
specific directors,
actor.
actors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's
So-
kind of like go and to a specific in-depth look on that topic.
Yes, specifically an in-depth look at whatever that is. Next week we'll maybe be doing either Pixar or
Oh,
Toy
dude,
Story.
I think Pixar is on it, dude. I
Yeah,
think we got to
let's do it.
I think
All
we
right,
got to do
Pixar.
Pixar.
You've heard it here live.
We literally just decided.
Come here, twins!
We are going to be reviewing Pixar movies next week,
Let's
taking
go.
an in-depth look at them, and I will have to rewatch a couple of them.
We'll probably have to rank them too, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's going to
It's
be
my
so
favorite
long.
kind of thing.
Oh, maybe a little bracket challenge. Now I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, now we're adding a bunch
All right, next
like a
week is
2-hour
a
episode.
3-hour episode. So stay
Where
tuned
can
for
they
that, yeah.
find us? You guys got Twitter?
Yeah, so oh boy, I guess I can use that Twitter. But don't we have a Real Frame of Mind Twitter? Or
Yeah.
social
Okay.
media?
Well, what is it's real frame mind or what
No,
is
Real
it?
Frame of Mind.
Real frame of mind?
There's no the. I don't believe.
real frame of mind.
Yes.
I gotta even look up mine, dude. I don't even know. What
I'll
my
look it up
Twitter
right
is.
now because I have.
Look
it on
at
my
it.
phone.
Looks like it's Scott Neamy 2. That jerk who took Scott
So-
Neamy 1.
For the Real Frame of Mind, we are at Real Frame of Mind. For Scott, it's
Scott Neamy 2.
Scott. You mean 02 or just 2?
Just 2.
Scott Neamy 2.
SCOTTNIEMI 2.
For
Tweet at me. Yo.
Trace,
It's at XTTBX.
Wait. Say that again.
At XTTBX.
X T T
BX.
BX.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I will tweet at you.
And for me, it's at King__Deezus.
Whoa.
2?
Wow.
No, no 2. I don't have any numbers in
But
mind.
2 underscores?
Yeah, 2 underscores.
Got
Okay,
it.
so 2 underscores, but then you can find us on Facebook at The Real Frame of Mind, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Come on. We drop. I don't know. We have a YouTube page as well at The
Yeah.
Real Frame of Mind.
You can
Good
look
luck
up
with
all
that.
of our old stuff.
Yeah, old stuff, archive footage.
Yes.
Yeah, we have what 3+ years of
So
stuff
next,
on
dude,
there.
a
So,
Pixar. I'm
Yeah.
stoked,
yeah,
man.
so stay tuned for that.
Hopefully, we'll be trying to get ourselves onto iTunes and maybe even Spotify in the near future. Not iTunes, Apple
Well,
Music.
definitely. What
Apple
is it?
Podcasts.
Podomatic?
The podcast.
What?
Or what are we definitely getting on?
We're
Podomatic?
currently on podcast.com.
Podcast.com, which you
is-
can download, correct?
Yes, you can download.
You can
You
download
can listen
it.
to us. You can download us to your phone. You can listen to us whenever you feel like
So
it.
do it.
yeah, do that because there's no reason. But I mean,
to listen to this entire
There's no time
hour
but
and 10-minute
tonight.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's what.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that wraps us up. We're all good. We will see you next week. Good evening.
Wait.
Are you gonna give us?
You
that
just
thing?
can't keep a good guy down. That's a reference to what movie?
I don't even know.
Child's Play, the original. We're back,
so you
baby.
should've done that
We're
next
back.
week.
The dinosaur movie, the animated one. We're back. Come on. We're back. 3.0